don't eat enough fruit because they're intimidated by fruit. Now, the thing is when you've got apples and pears, and you think, oh my God, I've got to core them, I've got to deal with it, we've got to like peel them first. Don't peel them. The peel is really, really good for you. There are a lot of phytonutrients and micronutrients in the peel, along with most of the fiber. It's not going to kill you. It's good for you. Now, there are two ways you can go about attacking apples and pears. You can cut straight in half. Then you end up with, as you can see, the core. Now, you can take a knife and you can try to do the little like twisty thing with it, and you risk stabbing yourself in the palm of your hand and bloodshed, or you can use a melon baller. Melon ballers, you go like this and you're done. The end, little stemmy part, I usually leave it in unless I'm making it for company or clients. And there, you have an instantly cleaned pear that's ready to be sliced or diced. These ones we're dicing, and if we had functioning burners, we'd be doing them in a maple butter glaze. As it is, we're doing them in just the maple ginger glaze. It has a little bit of cinnamon and cardamom added to it. If you're doing a lot of apples, like if you're making a bunch of pies or whatever, what you can do is cut on either side of the core, like that, like that, like that. And then you've got your apple core that you put into compost, and you've got a perfectly cleaned apple ready to be sliced or diced or added to fruit salad, to really pretty much whatever you want to do with it. If we had fire, we'd be melting some butter in here, and we'd be adding our pears and apples to the butter, letting them get hot through, and then pouring on the maple syrup. In the maple syrup for this, I just use straight Quebec maple syrup. We put a little bit of ginger in it, a little bit of cinnamon, and a little bit of cardamom, just for a bit of spices. And then, if it was in that pan, it would be getting hot and all glazed. As it is, it's in this plastic container, and it's getting lovely glazed with just some maple syrup. If you're doing it with fire, you can add a splash of brandy to it, or apple brandy, or amaretto, or pretty much anything with alcohol, and then hit a match to it and really impress all your guests, because it'll go whoosh on this big blue flame, and it's really impressive. But we have no fire and no brandy, so. But what we're doing is taking the fruit. We serve it sometimes on over ice cream. Ice cream is not evil. Ice cream is actually quite good for you if you pick the cheaper brands, as opposed to something like, say, Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs is really, really high in fat and really high in processed sugars generally. Haagen-Dazs, though, has a line called, I think it's 5, where they use 5 ingredients only. And it's amazing, but it's expensive. And it's really fattening for what you actually get. When you buy the cheaper brands of ice cream, check the label, the Coati Cook.
Yes.
It's a Quebec brand, it's cheap, it's basic ingredients, it's wonderful. It's not expensive, it's not fancy packaging, but it comes in plastic bins as well, so that you've got big containers for soups and stuff later. He knows. So to top the fruit, what we've done is we make our own granola, which is just a nice basic. It's a multi-grain mix, but to it we add quinoa flakes, chia and flax, and hemp seeds. So you're getting a full range of omegas from it. Plus, with the quinoa in it, it's extra protein. And this one is flavored with ginger and diced dates, but no added sugar. And it's a multi-grain organic mix that we use. And then, for extra crunch, I got pumpkin seeds, because it's cold and flu season. You can get these all kinds of bulk places. They're incredibly high in zinc. They add a wonderful crunch to things like a rice pilaf. And then for a touch of creaminess, because you definitely need creaminess, some of that Greek yogurt I was talking about. And what we've done with this is we've added cinnamon to it, maple syrup, and then I I read on the internet the other day that you can take amaranth, which is an ancient Aztecian grain that's actually a seed, and you can pop it like popcorn. So I decided to experiment. And you can indeed pop it like popcorn, and it gets this really nice, nutty, crunchy flavor to it. So we added that to our yogurt so that you're getting extra proteins. Amaranth is also really, really high in lysine, which is good for battling viruses of all types. Like things like Abreva for cold sores, lysine based. So this way you're getting a natural source of lysine that gives you an extra little virus boosting effect, so that with cold and flu season coming on, it just gives you maybe, hopefully, a little extra oomph. You just put a little bit of the yogurt mix on it, a little bit of the granola, and for everybody but our friend over, pumpkin seeds. And you've got a lovely, flavorful dessert. You can also layer it. Fruit, layer the yogurt, layer granola, layer fruit, smush the lid down on so it's tight, and then stick it in the fridge. And that way when I have no time in the morning, I can grab one, it's ready to go. The fruit, because it's all being sealed in and it's got the yogurt, is still lovely. And I can eat it literally when I'm walking down the street. And I'm getting my complete proteins. I'm getting the calcium from the yogurt. I'm getting all the good stuff. The big thing with any meal or snack you have is if you make sure you get some protein and some carbs in, then that carries you through a lot further than having something that's just carbs. Or like say a bagel. Have your bagel with some peanut butter on it. The extra protein and fats will fill you up and keep you full longer and keep your blood sugar levels more stabilized as well, which is always a good thing. Because I don't know about anybody else, when my blood sugar drops, I get really, what's a polite word, bitchy. Unpleasant to be around. So there you go.
Very good.
We have a healthy, not quite what we anticipated, but very tasty dessert. And that's it.